Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hold me. Never said you're gonna do that. Move me. Never said that you would do that. No. Love me. Never said that you would do that. No, babe.
So what's your ultimate goal?
Ultimately, once I have my business running and I'm just financially stable in everything that I want, I definitely want to have a center for young girls. I actually want to reach out to them. Kind of not so much like an orphanage, but kind of like a safe place for girls to go to, and that's literally my ultimate goal. And I want to name it after my father, my late father. So I lost my dad 9 years ago to ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah.
And he was such a guiding force in my life. And after he passed away, I went a little psycho, just because I needed that. I needed his presence and I needed his guidance in a lot of things, because I was so naive to a lot of things that went on in the world. And I feel like me learning everything that I've learned so far, I feel like I want to pass that on and be there as the way my father was for me. So.
Right, yeah. But you say on your profile you're a designer.
Yes. So what I like to do, so I think my ultimate niche is taking things and enhancing them and making them prettier. So what I like to do is I take old denim jackets, jeans, I distress them, I, just glamify blingage, because if it doesn't shine and it's not sparkly, I don't want it.
That's right.
So I definitely like to add my own little taste to everything that I wear. I love adding paint to it, throwing in crazy quotes, because I say crazy shit and I don't have any filters, and I feel like my clothing should say that too.
Awesome. Yeah. Why denim?
It's just honestly the easiest to paint on. It's almost like having your canvas, but then you can wear it. So I think that goes hand in hand.
You got that nice space.
Exactly. And then it's just so much you can do with denim. You rip cotton and it's just a hole in your shirt, and then you're Kanye. But if you distress denim, you can literally do so much with the little threading, and it's just a world of things I can do to it for me. So I've been reading the self-help book, and it's been teaching me a lot of things, and it's like, stop turning away doors that are being sent to you, because these doors open to everything that you want. You may not see it right away, but there's so many opportunities that come to you, and it's that higher power, it's God, it's whatever you want to call it, Allah, Buddha, Jesus Christ, whoever you believe in, it's that higher power that's leading you to whatever you put your mind to, because whatever you put your mind to will come to pass as long as you focus hard enough. I'm saying people get caught up in that belief of numbers, and they box themselves in with numbers like it's a concrete concept, and it's not. And I totally agree with it.
It's structured.
Yeah, it is.
No matter what, everything,
right.
It has to, in order for people to follow, and in order for people to follow, in order for me to continue to lead you where I want you to go, right. I gotta give you structure.
Exactly. Right? It's a mind control thing.
It's
definitely a mind control thing. And I feel like that's what social media has become to a lot of people, and it's unfortunate, because they need to break out of seeing the box that numbers create. I did fall victim to that structure. I don't want to say victim, but I fell into this box where I controlled my life around numbers. Like when I would get bookings and stuff like that, the first question they'd ask me, how many followers do you have? And it became, it was crazy. It's like, what does that have to do with my job work? And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who don't have crazy amount of followers, but are super fucking talented, that can do twice as much as people with followers. But then again, it's all a game, and who can get ahead and who can do more and who can reach out to this person and that person. And Oh, we could talk about that for days.
Oh, absolutely. Say like even when I went through your page, I'm thinking like you like 5'9". Like I thought you was much taller. And then when I saw you, I'm like, oh okay, all right. And then with you, like okay, she's like 5, it's like shorter. And then with you working with so many brands, it's like, all right, well I know she'll be easier, but looking through your page, no one would ever think that you have this type of dialogue.
And again, that's where I fell into. I fell into this Instagram model category where I was literally living through photos and captions, and I was like, and eventually I just stopped creating funny captions, and like I think I started using emojis, and I wouldn't even put words out there, and that's so sad because words have so much power. You have to be careful with what you say to people, especially like with kids and young kids. Like I just realized like, okay, so like I loved my parents, they're amazing people, but they weren't fully developed when they had us. They weren't fully, they were semi-toxic when they had kids. And they did certain things that I had certain toxic characteristics, but I had to break out of that because, they would use certain words where I felt inadequate, but I bottled it up. And, those became things that I had to overcome. Again, with reading the book that I'm going through and stuff, it's teaching me that words have such an impact on our brains. Like, if you do something and a critic says, or like, no, let me bring it back to Instagram. Okay, for example, I'll post a picture and somebody goes, ew, like you look like a transvestite. Then I'm looking at my picture and I'm like, even though I might, okay, well, this person's negative, it'll still register in your mind because you're seeing this negativity and you're processing it, and then it becomes this block. And you have to unblock your mind from that. Yeah, like, why did that person go out their way to say something negative? There's something wrong with that person on the inside, not me. They, there are people who'll be like, oh, well, you're beautiful. And then this one person said I'm a transvestite. But if I focus my attention on that negativity, my whole mind will become negative and I'll start to hate that picture.
With Instagram and an influencer, where do you see social media headed?
Honestly, if there aren't more influencers that try to change that, where like you said, they respond to the negatives over the positives, like if we don't start to change that, it's gonna get worse. The hate that's spread, like instead of posting something good, we'd rather post the fight that broke out at McDonald's. We'd rather post somebody's child getting their ass beat. Like we need to stop the spread of negativity and what we put out there, because if we keep constantly, this is us on the phone all day long, especially when we're waiting in the car at a stoplight, we're literally scrolling through this, and through our eyes we're feeding our brain this information. So if we're constantly seeing negative and toxic behaviors, guess what's going to happen? We're feeding that toxic monster, and that's only going to continue to grow and spread. So I'm hoping that we can change that around and make it into a positive force. Well, other than my near-death experience that I inflicted on myself, no, it's honestly been such a positive vibe, such positive energy around me. I feel at home, I'm comfortable, I'm literally chilled out, the end of the shoot, end of the day, relaxed, I'm good, I'm happy, and it's a great feeling. It's not often you come across vibes and energy that mesh so well and have a productive day. And normally everybody's in a bad mood at the end of the shoot. Everybody's like, fuck this, I'm going home, I'm hungry. I mean, I am hungry, but I wanted to finish what we started because I feel like it's such a great project. So, yeah.